Hey guys, Nurse D Porchae here. If you're new to this channel, thank you so much for watching. Here we discuss all things nursing, health, and family. If you've been watching my channel for a little while, you see a little bit of changes going on right now. That is me bringing in the new year, 2023, bringing good content to this channel and just keeping the videos coming. All right, let's get into it. I'm going to talk about the very first position I had as a case manager. So the very first position I had was a hospice case manager. So I first learned about case management from a friend of mine. She had been working in hospice as an LPN and doing hospice visits, and she mentioned case management to me. At the time, I was in a position, my very first RN position, and I was not liking it at all. So I mentioned it to her and she said, well, maybe you should try case management. So of course I asked her more of what case management was because honestly, I didn't know what it was. So she mentioned to me what a hospice case manager did and it sounded like something that I would want to do. So then I applied. But when I did, I didn't know how much, the range was for me being a new RN, how much I would make. So I kept Googling and trying to find YouTube videos and different things for that number. Even though I know it varies by state and background and other situations, I just wanted a range of what to ask for it. And I'll tell you why here in just a minute. So the reason that I say it's very important to have a range and to research and find out for your geographical location, with your years of experience and background, just to get kind of a number range to play around with, is because I was offered a really low number. So my very first hospice case manager position, I was offered $65,000 a year, as you can see here. Yeah, so I was offered $65,000. Again, this was me with 3 years of LPN experience, and as a fairly new RN, just 3 years of working in a dialysis facility. That was all that I had, and that's what they offered me at. Now, even in Atlanta, Georgia, I say that this is low for even a new RN, mainly because I looked on Indeed, and the same exact company had a salary range starting at $73,000 up to $78,000 a year. Now, I know for the higher end, that will be someone who has more nursing experience and possibly more educational background. Okay, so my very next case manager position was inpatient. It was for a hospital nurse case manager role. Now, this came after 3 years of LPN experience and over 1 year working as a hospice case manager. Now, I want to say that I had never worked in a hospital before. I had never worked as a floor nurse. I walked straight into the case management position coming from a hospice nurse. So again, 1 year of hospice case management and 3 years of LPN experience. And at this point, I actually had my master's degree. So I went back to school, got my bachelor's, and then my master's in leadership management. So I have my master's degree, 1 year of hospice case manager, and 3 years. Now, I will say I still think that I came in a little low with my initial offer as a inpatient case manager, mainly because of the master's degree and also at least having 1 year, though I didn't have experience with interqual and many other systems that they want you to kind of use. I didn't even have Epic experience because, again, I never worked on the floor. So I had to learn Epic. I had to learn interqual. I had to learn a bunch of things. So I was offered $78,000 a year as my first inpatient hospital case manager role. But this time I researched a little bit more and I negotiated my salary to $80,000 a year. So that's equivalent to about $37.50 an hour. You can see here, this was my exact offer letter that I got. And I took it even though I wanted to get up a little bit more past $80,000 a year, I took it because I knew that after working a few years in inpatient case management, I knew that I could eventually sit for a remote position as a case manager. Now, currently I am working remotely, but it's not as a case manager. I actually got a position in utilization review, which is what I got hired as a case manager doing. So I had a dual role. I was doing case management as well as UR reviews. That's why, too, I felt that I should get a little bit more than $80,000 a year, but still a good salary starting out. And I got the experience that I needed to move on to remote working. So that is what I made. That is my background. Are you interested in doing case management? How many years? I'll kind of give you an idea of what I think you should start at or ask for or range if you want to comment below. And if you have any more video suggestions that you want to see, let me know and I'll keep them coming. Thanks for watching, guys.